What's good, YouTube? It's Ray Drill. So in today's video, I want to bring you guys part 2 to this pistol wing flex close mini scheme. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. So hope you guys are having a great day. Now, inside of this part 2, I'm gonna show you guys a nice concept that'll push the ball down the field. I'm gonna show you a great spacing concept, and I'm also going to show you how to bomb different coverages. So I do hope you guys do enjoy this video. So without further ado, man, let's dive right into it. So as far as personnel goes, you just want to have your 2 best receivers right here, and also the playbook that I'm in is the Kansas City Chiefs playbook. So again, I'm in the Chiefs playbook, and also I do have a part 1 on this formation, so if you want to check that out, please make sure you visit my offensive playlist, or I probably already put it somewhere in the video for you to click on. So if I did not, then make sure you check out my offensive playlist, and it will be inside of there. So now plays I'm going over in today's video. So I'm gonna be going over spacing, and I'm also going to be going over PA boot YSL, which I really like this PA boot YSL just because it almost turned into like a PA boot over type of play. And it's very, very deadly. It's what we're going to be bombing coverage out of, pushing the ball down the field with. So when you couple this play with part 1, this offense is actually really, really good, to be honest with you guys. So let's start off with PA boot YSL. So as far as defense goes, I'm just going to come out in dollars. So you can tell right here, I do have 2 good safeties at linebacker. I have Stokes, and I have Gio on the outside with, you know, Kevin King and him right here. I forget his name, how to pronounce it. Just call him Isaac. But I got Isaac right there. So you can tell we got 2 good safeties up top. Now, let's actually come out in cover 3. Because I'm showing you guys versus cover 3, cover 2, cover 4 drop. And I'm going to show you guys, you know, some man cover. So I got a lot to talk about, all right? So first thing I want to go over is setup. I like to push the ball down the field. So for this setup, I like to take an X, put them on a streak. I like to take a circle, put them on a hitch. I like taking my running back, putting them on a swing route to the 2 receiver side. Now, either A, I'll run it just like this, or B, I like to take him and motion him out, because in part 1, we actually utilize this outside motion. So it's just, you know, kind of making our opponent kind of guess what's going on. A lot of times, if you motion this guy out here, they'll actually hop on like this user, or they'll be somewhere over here because they'll be expecting that little flood concept. So this is a great way to complement it. So I'll take them, motion them. Now, like I said, you definitely don't have to, but what you're gonna notice is you see how circle's gonna get open. Normally your hitch is gonna be open versus any type of hook zones. Now, if they play vertical hooks, then it's actually not gonna be the same way. Now, the reason I like this is because most of the time what's gonna happen is if you run the flood and you run the plays I told you in part 1, they're normally going to be on this linebacker right here, like this hook curl. They're normally going to be here. Now, the problem is that if they're here, well, excuse me, this is actually just a spy, but this is the hook curl in this defense. So if they're on the hook curl, what's going to happen is they're going to have to make a choice right now, you see? So they're going to have to either say, A, do I want to run with this crosser, or B, do I want to take this hitch? Now, nobody in their right mind is going to leave a hitch wide open, or really leave any route wide open. So what's going to happen is the user's going to just sit right here. Now, when the user sits right here, that's cool, because we have this route right here that's going to climb over the top, and this route right here will get over every single zone drop in the game. Not zone drop, excuse me. They'll get over every non-zone drop. So purple, a standard cloud, they would get over all that. They will have to zone drop to account for this route. Now, the cool thing about this is this route right here. Now, this to me is actually a really nice route, because it's a delayed whip route, which are really hard to find in Madden, honestly, and it honestly gets open versus almost every single zone. Honestly, you can tell right there we could have just threw it and passed, let them up the field, got a couple yards. And if they zone drop, this will just literally be screaming wide open, and it's one of my favorite reads. Also, I do have gameplay for you guys as well, so happy to bring that to you guys. So if you guys just stick around, you'll see the gameplay here in a little while. So anyways, let's actually show you versus cover 2, because I kind of want to get this video moving along a little fast. Now I'm gonna spy these 2 guys right here, so you can see. So X on the streak, triangle on a swing out to the 2 receiver side. We're gonna take circle, put them on a hitch. Now this time I'm gonna leave them just because, and because I just want to show you that you really don't have to motion that guy out. But basically, what's gonna happen is that we're gonna get him wide open. And like I said, that's about a 25-yard throw, 25 to 30. So they're gonna put their zone drops on 25 just to have a chance to play that. Now, last thing I will show you is kind of like what this hitch does. So don't get baited by this hitch. If you want to throw this hitch, you only throw it if it's wide open. Now, technically, because of the route concept of this crosser pushing his vertical hook, you could have threw this immediately, but you have to throw this like right now. You cannot wait, because if you wait, you will throw a pick. You can tell if you wait, he's going to come back and play it. So you have to make that read right now. So that's what I suggest. Now, if the user's on this side of the field, the right side, then basically all you're going to do is just make this high-low read right here. If you want to throw the whip route, or if you want to throw this route. And like I said, if there's zone dropping up here, then we'll play that. So basically, if the user runs over here, another thing I like to do is drift out the pocket and then actually look for a playmaker. Honestly, that's normally what I like to do. just me personally. So actually, you know what? I'll show you that right now. So let's go back to cover 2. So let's just pretend that for whatever reason, I'm gonna spy these two right here just so I can actually have time to drift in the pocket and not have to worry about anything. So let's go and set up the play, then I'll talk about defense here in a second. So here we go right here. Now let's pretend that this is the user, right? Because normally they're going to be on a vertical hook. Now let's just pretend that actually no, let's go on this side and let's say that they actually are going to go follow our crosser, right? So they won't let me man them up to the other side, but let's just pretend that this guy's following our crosser, so we're gonna have to make this backside read, right? So that's basically all we're doing. So basically what I would do is I would come here and I would actually grab him and playmaker him up the field. You see that? So you don't want to actually go too far, or you will grab that running back. So that's another way that's actually a pretty advanced way to do it, honestly, because there's almost nothing the user can do at that point, because what we're imagining is that the user is on this vertical hook. So if he's on this vertical hook, you know, of course he's gonna run with this route right here, right? So let's just pretend, like I said, he ran with that route, you know, the cloud, or if they have a low zone drop, they're right here. So that, like, okay, I got him bagged. So what you'd want to do is, of course, you would want to double team that end that's out here, and you'd want to drift in the pocket this way, not roll out, but drift. So you want to drift right where you can actually playmaker this guy, because if I was to sprint out here and try to playmaker, what they're going to do is actually make me playmaker this running back, which is what I don't want. Now technically you can, because you can tell this deep half has to keep running with that streak. So I mean, technically you could, but it's just much faster just to playmaker this guy and have him release up the field, because it's normally going to be an easier throw, to be honest with you. So that's kind of like how I like to play that little game. Now I want to show you cover 4 drop. I may just save man for the very end, just because of man coverage is, you know, I'll give you because it's a whole different setup. I don't like the setup versus man. It's definitely a zone based setup, the one I just gave you just now. So anyways, versus cover 4 drop, what you're going to realize is that you're going to kind of have to pass lead this ball up the field, which I'll show you, because the streak by X is not going to be able to move that quarter. So what's going to happen is that a lot of times you're going to have that dot right there, but you're going to have to pass lead it hard up the field. So I'll show you cover 4 quarters one more time. Now I'm not going to press. I'm actually going to back him off, just so you don't think that, you know, that's the reason why he played it like that. So let's put X on the streak, triangle on a swing route. Let's take circle, put him on a hitch, and then we're going to go and snap the ball right here. So basically what's going to happen is that, well, this time we actually had a downward pass lead. It all just depends on if he gets bumped or not, because basically what happened that time, X kind of got held up at the line. But regardless, it's going to be like a, you know, you're going to have to pass lead it in whatever direction. You just got to learn what to read and how to read it. So in this case, what I realized was, you see how our tight end just kind of got, you know, dumbed out. That literally only happens in practice mode, but let's just assume it happened in game. So basically what's going to happen is that you'll have this downward pass lead. And you remember last time it was an upward pass lead. So regardless, quarters, like a quarter and cover 4 drop, does not play this route correctly at all. So you're always going to have that throw open. It's just how you have to throw it will change normally. So last thing I want to talk about with this particular setup is man coverage. So obviously, like I said, this is not a man setup like with the hitch. Hitches never beat man. So there's 2 things you can do. So you can take X, put him on a streak. You can take your running back, still put him on a swing. Now with circle, you can take him and put him on a curl route. Now curl routes do beat man, but if you're gonna run this curl route setup, what I would suggest is just you take this guy out here and then motion snap him. So the reason you want to motion snap, because a lot of times you get like a little glitch basically, where they kind of just get like a little, not a glitch, it's a speed boost. So I really love that setup versus trying to make the user decide on what he wants to do without having to motion the receiver to the other side of the field. So you notice how everything still looks the same in our offense. So basically, you'd want to hit this curl route right when he turns around. Well, not right when he do it, because then they'll make it inaccurate. You want to wait like half a second, and then you want to wait for this action right here for them to bump, because normally they will bump, or if they don't, you just want to make this 1-2 read. So basically, you don't want to read the user. If the user's going to follow him, okay, cool, then we'll just hit this throw right here, because normally they're always going to sit in front of him. Now if they have acrobat, please do not throw that, or you will throw a pick. But basically you can tell what's going on. If they're going to play too high safety look, then basically we're going to make them choose between this. Now this will also kill double purples as well. I wouldn't say kill it, but it's definitely possible to still hit it. You'll just need a third route to kind of move the user. And you know, why not? I'll talk about that right now. So if they wanted to run double purples, a lot of times they're going to shade over the top. So what I would recommend you to do is actually probably still take circle, put them on you can still put them on a curl route. I'll just show you the setup too. Why not? So basically you're gonna have circle right there. I was trying to get ready to explain. I lost my words for a second, but it's still the same thing. You just want to make that 2-sided read. Now if the user is following that crosser real heavy, then of course you can still do this standard setup right here, which I'm gonna show you right now. So let's shade over the top. Let's spy this guy right here. So basically what you'll do is take X, put him on a streak. You'll take circle, still put him on a slant. And you'll do a setup that's just like this, to where we're just gonna actually put a lot of stress on that user. This is another setup that's really good too, just because R1 is actually going to have a chance to get open, because at first it was actually the cornerback that was guarding that whip route. So when you motion that guy over, what's going to happen is that it's going to actually man swap most of the time, and instead of, because without motioning him, Trey Alexander was going to guard him just because he's the last man on the line of scrimmage. So since he's now the last receiver over there, he's going to be the one that guards him. So basically you have a receiver on a cornerback, what you want, and right here you're going to have either a linebacker or slot corner on this guy right here, which is normally going to give you a better chance, because if they shade over the top, whip routes are going to kill man coverage. So at this point, if they have their purple back here, then you would just dump this route every single time, because, or if they don't run with the backside slant, you'll be able to throw this in like this little window right here, but normally they do run with that backside slant. So wanted to take a lot of time to talk about that play, because it's a really good play. Now next play I do want to talk about that I like is going to be the bomb play. I know you guys were waiting for the bomb, so basically no, I have another setup for you guys. I have another setup. So for this setup, you want to take X, put him on a streak. You want to go ahead and take circle and motion him out. And then actually, this is exactly how we want to run it. So basically, this is going to be like a PA. This is basically like your PA boot play. And I'll just go ahead and show you that right now. So you want to keep the play action. And then what's going to happen is that you're going to have that throw right there that's going to get wide open. Now, that right there is such a great combo, honestly. It's one of my favorites when I call this offense, just because look at it, it's literally almost like PA boot, except for X's, you know, on PA boot you don't put them on a streak. But if you were able to do delay fades, that'd be great. But basically the streak is just going to push everything back, and you're making that high low between that crosser and that whip route that's coming across. Now for the one play touchdowns, basically, which I'll show you versus cover 2 with this one too, but to me personally, I'd recommend you to just do the one play touchdown setup, which I promise you I'm about to give you in a second. But I do like this setup too, because you're basically just going to have the crosser, or it's basically a crosser whip route. That's what you're reading. And a lot of times you're going to have that crosser because you want the user to get sucked down on the play action, because you want to be able to run the ball with this offense. So you want them to think that you're running the ball. Now, as far as bomb plays, like I said, I was going to get to the bombs and I'm here now. So with the bombs, basically, all you need to do is take X, put him on a curl, and then we're going to go ahead and motion that guy out. So instead of a streak, you literally just put him on a curl. And now basically what's going to happen, which I'll show you, we are in cover 3. If they do not have that cornerback deep half, you actually will be able to throw it over the top of their head for a one play touchdown. To circle, you just want to wait, and then you want to pass lead that ball up the field. Now you see right there, yes, it is a tight throw, but technically you can get that. Now I will show you what it looks like if they back their corners off. So let's actually back off Trey Alexander now. I'm going to spy that guy just so I have time. You want to take X, put him on a curl, and then you want to go ahead and motion him out. And I like to let him set just so he can be further out, because the farther out he is, the better it works. So you just want to wait, and if I don't get hollered at, yeah, it's probably a bad pass. But okay, so just be careful. If they're pressing, I would run this, but if they're not pressing, don't run it. It's not worth the risk. Just make your reads accordingly. And one thing I do want to mention is that the reason we put this guy on a curl, for one, it helps the bomb get open, but for two, we put him on a curl because it's basically going to hold the user. So at this point, if he's using on a hook curl, he's going to have to decide if he wants to cover here or here, if that makes sense. Now, if he's using on this side and you want to run the same concept, what I would recommend you do is take your running back and actually put him on a curl route. So I'll go ahead and show you that here too. So let's just pretend that they were using on this left side. So if they were using this guy, so basically what I would do is take my running back and I'll throw him on a curl route too. So essentially what's going to happen here is that we're just going to make a two-way read. So you can tell square, of course, is going to get open, but that's normally how I would do that. But also, let me go ahead and move on because this video is getting really long, y'all. I apologize so much. But anyways, hope you guys are finding value out of it. So let's show you cover 2. So you can actually one play touchdown cover 2. So let's just go ahead and do this. So you want to take them, motion them out. And then basically you're just going to want to split the safeties. So watch circle. So you see how we're going to be able to split those safeties. I think I got a bad pass lead or something. Let me actually run it for you guys one more time. Let's go back to cover 2. See right here, we are in cover 2. Now I'm only spying people just so I can have time. And also, you don't have to keep this play action by any means. I just kind of like it. Now I do want to back off that cornerback over there on circle because a lot of times people are not going to be pressing in cover 2. So let me actually, yeah, there it goes. Okay, cool. So a lot of times people are not going to be pressing in cover 2, so that's why I'm actually going to back off. Like at least with non-zone drops, I should say. So basically, that's the throw you're looking for. Now I know it is a tight window, but I promise you that window is going to be open, so you will be able to split those safeties for a 1-point touchdown. So I don't want to run it again because you guys see it's definitely going to be able to work. Now, one thing I did want to test out with this is actually cover 4 drop. So yeah, let me go ahead and see about cover 4 drop. Let's take X, put them on a curl, and then we're actually going to let me see. Actually, that curl route might be, that curl might mess it up. Let's see here though. We'll see because we want to glitch out that quarter. So let's see if we're going to be able to get it. Nope. Okay, so not cover 4 drop. You can't glitch out cover 4 drop using that setup. Just wanted to make sure I showed it for you guys there. So anyways, last thing I want to talk about before I show you gameplay is going to be man coverage. So you could technically run this setup versus man. Basically what you would look for is actually splitting those safeties with this particular setup, because you'd have to anticipate the user is going to be on square. Now you can still throw X this curl route. You just want to make sure you lowball it and be careful not to get lurked. So basically that's how you would make that 1-2 read. But basically I just want to see if circle, I threw that ball way too late. Actually I threw it way too late. But basically I was trying to see if we can actually split those safeties, which I was just going to replay and talk about it real quick, because I thought I was about to get hollered at, so I was actually had my eyes down on the lines looking at some stuff. But what I was trying to get you to understand is that pretty much the user is going to be somewhere up in here, and either A, he's going to sit, or B, he's going to just circle. Like he's going to come right here and kind of stay in front of it, and then he's going to circle and actually come back to recover to cover that. And if he does that, normally I like to just hit my whip route if it's open, or if I stand right here in the pocket, like right here, I can actually grab this guy and playmaker him this way. But basically what I was trying to also show you is that if you have a great matchup out here and you get like a win animation on the cut or something, then you can actually split those safeties, throwing it hot like right up here, which I'll show you. DK should be able to get at least one win animation for us, and after that I'll show you some gameplay, then we'll move on to the other setup. And like I said, y'all, most of my videos are starting to be longer now because I find myself actually explaining stuff a lot harder than I normally do, but I think you guys will like that. So basically, yeah, he's winning. He's not really winning like I thought, but anyways, check out this gameplay.
Now Wilson sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll go down, but not before. Wilson. Short throw to Disley. Now it's Wilson. Catch is made by Metcalf. To throw again is Wilson. That's going to be caught.
All right, y'all. So last setup is going to be out of this space, and I'm going to make this one really quick because it's really simple. Now for this setup, you just want to take square, put them on a hitch, and then I like to go ahead and take that hitch and motion them out. Now this is versus cover 3, so it's a spacing concept. So basically what's going to happen is a lot of times X is going to be wide open, so let me just kind of move that guy just to kind of show you. And the last thing that's also open is going to be that out route / hitch combo. So your eyes want to be on X. So normally the user is going to be flying out here because of, they're going to think, oh, the flood concept from part 1, and normally you're going to have this guy wide open. Now if there's a spy right there, you're going to do exactly what I did and move that spy and then throw the ball. That's normally how you want to do it. Now you don't have to move right. I could have moved this way if I wanted to. It just literally depends. Now in the real game I would have moved that way, but essentially what's going to happen is that this out route is going to push back this this whatever purple cloud is going to push that back, and that's going to allow this hitch route to get open. Now if they're zone dropping and they're playing the flats, this guy will be right here, and then normally you'll have this throw right here that's wide open. Now cool thing about this play too, so let's go back to spacing. Cool thing about this play is that if you don't motion anybody, then actually circle's going to be the one that gets open. So let me show you that here. No, it's actually still square. Okay, cool. So you can tell right there, no matter what, that out route is so deep, is going to push any of those purples, clouds, or anything like that back. So cover 2, so I can show you guys cover 2 because this video is getting really long at this point. So let's go to spacing, take square, put them on a hitch, and I'm gonna go ahead and motion them, just keep everything the same. Now what's gonna happen here is that you see X is gonna get open, so you'll basically make that read between X and square because we're anticipating the user being on one of those vertical hooks. Now if the user is on this vertical hook over here, then basically what's going to happen, not him. So if the user's on this vertical hook, he's going to most likely come and sit right here, or he's going to run and try to use this right here. Those are his only 2 options. So, you know, this is just a, you know, a really quick play. Now, most of the time their user is going to be somewhere over here on this vertical hook. Now, if they're on this vertical hook, they're going to be in trouble because they have to make this 1-2 read. So that will just be up to you to make that quick read, you know. So that's another way I like to do it. Now, also keep in mind, cover 2, we also can let that guy motion out a little bit more, and then to make that read a little easier to make, so I'll show you that here. So let's say we motion him out to the numbers, and then we're gonna go and snap the ball, and what you're gonna be able to notice is that now we have square that gets wide open just because it's not in the vertical hook's responsibility, because we motion them to the numbers. So that's another way. If they're sitting in cover 2, you can literally just pick apart cover 2 doing that. And I'll show you that read one more time though. So let's take let's go back to spacing, take square, put him on a hitch, and then we're gonna go ahead and motion that guy out, and you can let him set to the numbers. When you let him set to the numbers, then you can tell that vertical hook just ends up playing nobody. So that's why I do like to actually motion that guy out there. So again, last thing I will show you is versus cover 4 drop, then I'll show you some gameplay after that, and then that'll be the video, because this is not a man beater setup at all. So let's take square, put him on a hitch, and then let's go and do the same thing. Let's motion him out, and like I said, you can let him sit on the numbers if you want to. So basically, if you let him sit on the numbers, you can tell we're gonna have circle right there on the out route. But if you want to have square open and you know they're playing either cover 3 or cover 4, basically what you can do is just not let them get out there to the numbers, or you can just literally not motion them at all, and then we'll have that out. We'll have square that's wide open if you don't let them, if you don't motion them. So you see now how we can just switch who we want to be open. So that's why I really like this play, because you can literally switch who you want to be open. So if I want square to be open, all I gotta do is just not motion them. If I want my out route to be open, all I gotta do is motion them out to the numbers, like motion square out to the numbers, if that makes sense. So last time I'll show you, just so I can make sure for a fact you do understand that, I'll show you gameplay, and that'll be the video. So right here, I'm like, okay, well, I think I'm gonna have my out route open, or it might be 3rd and 10, and I want my out route. So what I'm gonna do is take that guy, motion him out there, and then what's gonna happen is that flat's gonna fly down, and then at that point we can deliver a dot just like that. But let's check out this gameplay.
Pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. Touchdown. From midfield now, here's Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Evan.
Lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So that's gonna wrap it up for part 2. I do apologize, this video's longer than I wanted to, but like I said, man, if you like these longer videos where I go more in depth, drop a like, or if you don't, just literally let me know in the comments. You know, just try not to be disrespectful about it. I truly appreciate you guys. But yeah, let me know, because I'm still trying to figure out, like my videos to be about 10, 15 minutes long at the most, not 22 minutes. But anyways, I do hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Ray Jarrell, and I'm out.